Hello and welcome to my channel. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Steph, and today's video is a really exciting collab with my beautiful friend Debbie. And being the last collab of the year, or even my last video of 2020, I am so excited that it is a collab with Debbie, because not only is she just a wonderful person, but she's the reason that my channel began. I can't thank her enough, and I am so excited to be collabing with her again. I will link Debbie's video and her channel in the description box below, so please do go check her out if you haven't already. She is another lover of colourful makeup. She's very talented, she creates some absolutely beautiful looks, and she's really calming to watch. I absolutely love her, and I think if you enjoy my channel, you are going to love Debbie's. So the idea for this collab was Debbie's, and it is if I could only keep 10 palettes that I got in 2020. This, gives me anxiety. I am terrible at parting with things, especially things I love, as I'm sure most people are. But what I've done is I've compiled 10 based on the kind of makeup I like to do, the colour stories that I really enjoy, and also just ones that I wouldn't be able to part with, which in all honesty is my whole collection. However, for this video I have 10 palettes here in front of me. They are in no order whatsoever, it is just 10 palettes. So let's get on into it. The first palette is actually the palette that I'm wearing on my eyes today. I didn't film this look. I'm sorry, but I didn't. But anyway, if you want to know what I have on my face, it will all be listed in the description box below. But the first palette is the Ayubia palette from Miyali Beauty. This one is a limited edition, and I think there's very few left. I love this. It is such a beautiful palette, and I do actually have Miyali Beauty's Yasmin palette heading my way, but we're not talking about that. But this colour story is wonderful. I think you've got everything you need for colourful, my kind of neutral. The greens, the purples, it is absolutely stunning. The quality is amazing. I really enjoy this palette, and I would definitely not be able to part with it. So that is palette number one. Like I said, no particular order, just how I have them in front of me. Okay, so the next palette that I have is a smaller one, and this is the Colourpop Star Wars Mandalorian The Child palette. Firstly, how freaking cute is that? It's so beautiful. And the colours are a perfect neutral palette for me. I really love this palette. Mine is, as you can see, loved. These tones are just so beautiful, and I think complementary to my skin tone. I really enjoy this palette. There is no way I could part with it. I know it's only small, but it's so cute. So cute. Definitely couldn't part with it. So the next palette, so this is palette number 3, even though they're in no order. And this one is the Glamlight Pizza Veggie Lovers palette. I absolutely fell in love with this when I used it. I have only used it twice, I believe, but look at those colours. The formula is so beautiful. I really love the formula of these shadows. They perform so well, and these, again, it's the greens. I can't help it. I need green in every different shade of green. I need it. But this palette is just absolutely stunning. Especially this colour here, olives, with yellow peppers. Those two shades are just absolutely gorgeous and I think unique to my collection. I really, really love them. And even basil, I think, is pretty unique to my collection. But I absolutely love this. I am so desperate to try more from Glamlight now. Um, I think the cake palette is the one that I have my eye on possibly the most. But look at that. It is so gorgeous. It is a little bit tricky to store, obviously because of the shape of it, but honestly I don't mind. I don't mind because I love it that much. So that is the Glamlight Pizza Veggie Lovers palette. So what are we now for? I'm going to stop counting because I'm never going to remember what number I'm on without recounting constantly. So the next palette I got this year that I couldn't part with, would have to be in the top 10, is the Lowest Cosmetics Gone Rogue palette. This, oh, look at that. It is absolutely stunning. These eyeshadows perform better than most high-end eyeshadows I've tried. I just love it. That yellow is beautiful, really shows up, it's really pigmented. All of the mattes are really pigmented. The shimmers are absolutely stunning. They're foiled, they're beautiful. I am a glitter lover, so the fact that this has this glitter in here makes me quite happy. It is a really, really lovely glitter. It looks beautiful on the eyes. I know glitters are not technically eye safe, but I think if you're careful, I use them, so it's up to you what you do. However, I love it, and this palette is just, I'd say in my top 3 palettes easily. It is so, so beautiful. And it's a UK indie brand, and Lois is a really, really lovely lady. She's really done well. I also have one of her liquid shadows and the black pen eyeliner. I love them too. So impressed. I definitely could not part with that one. So next is another UK indie brand. So we've had the Miyali Beauty, Lowest Cosmetics, and now September Rose. This is the Slush palette. I was very, very late to the game getting this, but, well, firstly, look at the artwork. It's gorgeous. But inside, look at that. It is a beautiful rainbow palette. I just fell in love with it. I knew I had to try it. I'd seen so many people rave about it. I'd seen so many people use it, and look at the colours. So you could do a monochromatic look because they obviously go up in lines. So if you wanted, you could do a pinky look, an orangey look, green and yellow, blue or purple. So really good options for monochromatic looks, but also just, oh, I love this colour story. It is beautiful. I love me a rainbow, and this is a beautiful rainbow. Look at it. They are absolutely gorgeous shades, great quality. Yep, happy with my choice there. And the next palette is the Oceanic palette from Ace Beauty. And she looks like this. My dream colour story. Greens and blues. I love this. The quality is amazing. I know some people have issues. I have not had a single issue with this palette. I love it so, so much. It is absolutely stunning. You can create some really kind of bright looks, blue and green, really bright and colourful. You can create some really grungy looks. You've got so many options with this palette, and the quality I feel is amazing. I really want to try more from Ace Beauty because I'm in love with this palette. This has been a firm favourite ever since I tried it. I just fell in love with it. It was love at first play. But look at that. How can you not love that colour story? Yeah, so that one's definitely in my top 10. Firmly in my top 5. Maybe top 3. Maybe the top. Who knows? So the next palette in my 10 palettes that I would keep is the Tribe by Juvia's. Again, I was very late to the game, but look at that. This palette performs so well. I love Juvia's Place. I have a few of the palettes. This one is definitely my favourite Juvia's Place palette. Partly because obviously I'm a green lover. Green is my favourite. But also, I mean, some of these colours, they're so unique to my collection. This Masai, this Ashanti is it's kind of a poopy brown. I love it. It is so beautiful on the eyes. They're so easy to work with. This colour here, Coral, is absolutely outstanding. It looks like a neutral shade in the palette, but it's not. I'm going to have to swatch this one because you need to see the shift in this is amazing. So I'm just going to do it on the palm of my hand. How well can you see that? Look at that. Can you see the green shift? I hope you can. I don't know if it's showing up. But this is just such... Let's just spread out a bit more. It's such a beautiful, beautiful shade. I use it as an inner corner highlight when I'm doing greeny looks or when I just want a green inner corner highlight. So yeah, when I'm playing with other palettes and I want an inner corner highlight that's got that green glow, I open this up because it is so beautiful. And usually I wouldn't just do that, go through to I would pick from my singles generally. But this palette is really something else. It is absolutely gorgeous. So beautiful. If you can get hold of this and you love greens, I highly recommend that you get this. It's so beautiful. So the 8th palette, I have only played with this once and I've only had it for not even a week, but it is the Melt and Beetlejuice Recently Deceased palette. Oh, I am a huge Beetlejuice fan, huge. And green and purple are two of my favourite colours to work with, green especially. But firstly, look at that packaging. That packaging is absolutely gorgeous. It is so beautiful. And then let me see if I can do this so you can see. Can you see this slip? It is the scene from the graveyard. I love that. I think I'm going to be taking that out and framing it. But this here is what the palette looks like. I am in love. Absolutely in love with this palette. This dark green, for those of you that didn't see my video, I used it as though it was a matte first to deepen up because Beetlejuice and Draw a Door, neither of them I would say deep enough for deepening up the outer corner, the outer V. So I used it as a matte and it worked. It really worked. So impressed. This is the first time, let me put that there. Ah, that works better. This is the first time I have tried Melt eyeshadows, and I'm so excited to try more now. I love this. And look at his face. It's actually got Beetlejuice's face embossed in the mattes. Absolutely gorgeous. I love it so, so much. And this I could never part with. Just look at it. As an art piece as well as an eyeshadow palette, it is beautiful. I had heard so many people raving about Melt's formula and just how amazing it was, but I really got a taste of it when I tried this, and now I want more. It's always the way, isn't it? But it had to be in my top 10, even though I'd only tried it once, just partly because it's Beetlejuice and partly because it's green and purple. Look, just look at it. It's like my little precious, my precious. Anyway, moving on. So the ninth palette I have to show you is one that I think a lot of people have fallen in love with this year, and it is the Beauty Bay Book of Magic. Look at the outer packaging. It screams magic, doesn't it? I think so. The colours, look at those shades. They are so, it's such a cohesive colour story, I think. You can get so many looks with this palette. You've got your neutrals, so if you really wanted to create a neutral look, you could. I highly doubt I will use it for the neutrals. However, you've got your blues and your kind of tealy green blue, your purples. There's a black. That black is brilliant. This Moonlight is a stunning colour. Crystal is, it shifts. It's just absolutely stunning. I haven't used every single shade in this yet, but I want to, and I definitely would not part with this. It's lovely. Look. Again, I've not had this one for long. This was a birthday present. But I fell in love with it. As soon as I used it, I fell in love with it. And I loved the look I created with this palette. I don't know what else to say about it. It's so, so beautiful. And I know my friend Katie, Makeup for Lost Time, has this in the top 20-ish palettes. Did I get that right? 20-ish. But this is in Katie's top palettes of the year, and I 100% can see why. I love it, and I can't wait to play with it some more. So that is the Book of Magic by Beauty Bay. And now the very last palette, which it kind of makes me sad because there's so many more I would love to add to this. But the video is if I could only keep 10 palettes I got in 2020. So the final palette in my top 10 for 2020 is the Arttitude Cosmetics VIP exclusive palette. It really is that kind of glam packaging, VIP packaging. I love it. And these are the colours. Now, for anyone that knows me, they know I am not a fan of neutral colours, palettes. However, this I wouldn't call a neutral palette. This shade here, Mogul, has the most beautiful shift. Absolutely gorgeous. It is my favourite shade in this palette. It's just lovely. The depth of the deeper shades, there's so much pigment. They blend so beautifully. I created such a beautiful glam look using this palette, and I really felt glamorous. It is just so beautiful. The formula is amazing. I really love this. And although I love the Colour Splash palette from Arttitude Cosmetics, which I also have, and you would think would be my favourite of the two because it's a rainbow colourful palette, this just, I couldn't not have a glam palette, and this screams glam. Absolutely gorgeous. It's just beautiful. Let me just show you the shade Mogul. Look at that. Can you see the shift from like gold to pink? It is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So yeah, that was this shade here, Mogul. Just beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I think Rox did a fantastic job with this palette because I think it caters kind of to everybody. You can do a lot with it. There's a lot more to it than meets the eye. So if I could only keep 10 palettes I got in 2020, this is my 10. Let me know what you think. Would you have chosen any of these? What would be your picks? So Debbie, thank you so much for collabing with me again, and I couldn't think of a better person to end the year with than the one person who gave me the kick up the backside to start my channel. I will forever be grateful. I cannot wait to see what 10 palettes you have chosen because I know they're going to be good. So yeah, if you haven't checked out Debbie's channel, if for some strange reason you don't know who she is, then you will find her channel linked in the description box below, along with her video for this collab. So please go and check her out. She is such a lovely person, and if you love colourful makeup, you're gonna love her. So yeah, that's it from me. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you've liked this video, please give it a thumbs up, hit the like button. It really helps me out. And if you're not subscribed already, then I hope you'll consider sticking around and hitting that subscribe button. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so that you don't miss when I upload next. I hope you are having a great day, a great evening, wherever you are, whatever you're doing. I hope you're taking care of yourselves. I will see you again very soon. Goodbye.